What's going on, boys? Today we smacked a nice $430 winning day on the XFA, as you guys see right here. Making back some of those losses from last Friday. Hopefully, we get another nice setup or two this week and continue the nice positive momentum. But let's just hop right into the charts and see what we're doing. See what kind of trades we took, what I was looking at, right? So first, like we always do, let's go on to the higher time frames. So originally on ENQ, I was bullish. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to see these relatively equal highs get hit. Also, this daily for value gap, right? We're reacting off of sell side. What do we do after we react off sell side? We want to rebalance into internal liquidity. So we take external liquidity, and I'm predicting or just assuming that price wants to rebalance into this daily for value gap. But we don't really do that. At market open, we just fucking shit the bed and completely dump right here, right? But I don't know how this 9 o'clock candle is going to close, right? So I mark out my key levels that I want to see us go long off of. What does that look like? Well, I have this low here because we have hourly for value gaps, right? I have this low here, another hourly for value gap. And I think those are my two key levels for price going into today. As you guys see here, that first key level, absolutely zero reaction, right? So we get rid of that. But then price hits our second key level right here, which we also have a 15-minute gap right there, right? So what do? I wait for a reaction from that key level, hourly gap, 15-minute for value gap, 30-minute, bunch of confluences, right? Oh. So mark that out right there, like so. And what do I wait for? I wait for some structure to form, right? You don't want to take any inverses right here because the leg is too big. If you want to take an inverse, you'd have to wait for like this 15-minute to get inverse, right? So what do? I wait, and I wait for a clear leg to form, sweeping this external liquidity right here. I wait for that to happen, and then we get this nice inverse right here. Now, what made this trade valid for me was the fact that we had a lot of unmitigated gaps resting above us here. So we had this 5-minute and we had this 15-minute form right here. Now the trade I took was really small, and I honestly regret not risking more, but I'll get into why I didn't risk my full position on this single trade. But this would have been a nice trade to basically end the day off of, right? So we get this nice sweep right here, and you'd obviously want to take full profits at this first 5-minute gap, but because of the fact that this is a negative risk reward, you kind of have to extend your TP a little bit. So I extended my TP to somewhere around here. As you see on the executions, bought on this candle, sold right up here. Okay, so right there for a nice 1 to 1.1. Now, as you guys see, I only entered with 2 micros on this trade, so this only netted me around $130, $140, which is still okay, you know. Like, I executed the trade and everything went well. The trade ended up winning and playing out. And you also go break even at this 5-minute gap too, because once we hit that gap, it's very possible for us to just retrace all the way back down to your stop loss. Because nobody, in hindsight, you can say, oh, you should have held this 15-minute gap, but you don't know whether or not price is going to respect this 5-minute first and then, continue the downtrend, or we actually want to come back all the way up to this 15-minute. But for me, my 1-to-1, I'm good, bro. So I waited for my 1-to-1. That's it, I'm out. But the reason why I didn't enter full size for this position, because if we go to the 30-minute, I wanted to see us hit this 30-minute fair value gap, right? And we literally make exact equal lows with it. Now this to me was very suspicious because yes, we are reacting off of this hourly right here, but not really. Like the hourly for value gap isn't that big, so we traded through it on the 1 minute and the 2 minute and the 3 minute and the 4 minute and the 5 minute. So I like to see like the inversion happen straight out of the gap. Like I want to see us tap that gap and make a nice strong displacement inversing any opposing fair value gaps. But we didn't get that with this hourly, right? As you guys see, we have body closures below that hourly fair value gap, which isn't the most convincing bullish characteristic of price. So what did I do? I wanted to wait for a new bullish fair value gap to get tapped into, like this 30-minute. But we edged it. We freaking edged it. So that's why I only took it with 2 micros. I didn't want to risk more than $200 on it, and I ended up risking like $130, purely because that it wasn't an A+ setup. If this low swept into that 30-minute gap, this would have been an A+ setup, easily risked $300 or $400 on it. But the fact that we didn't, you got to be careful, you know. You don't want to take stupid losses, right? So that was my first trade, only $130 win right there. Now let's get into the second trade. This trade I'm really proud of myself for, right? So as you guys know, we have that 30-minute that we still have not tapped into, but if we erase all of that, right, and we just zoom out, you got to ask yourself, why is price going lower? At this point, we're right around here. We have an inversion of this 1 hour bullish gap. I'm just asking myself, like, why is price going lower, right? Why the hell is price going lower? So what I went to ES, right? And at this time, price was right around here. I was just asking myself, where is this 10 o'clock candle likely to go? Are we really likely to go higher from right here? Or is it more likely for us to go down, right? And this was really, really obvious on ES. If we go on ES, as you guys see right here, we have this 4 hour unmitigated fair value gap, which I completely did not see pre-market. So we have this 4 hour unmitigated gap, right, that we can use as a draw on liquidity. And what does price do? We pierce it, but we did not pierce it yet. This was around 10 something, but I wanted to see this 10 o'clock candle on ES take out this sell side and pierce this unmitigated imbalance. So what does that mean on NQ? That means that price on NQ is likely to go down as well. So what do I see? I see that we are making bearish structure. What did I wait for? I wait for this 3 minute to get made right here. This 15 minutes irrelevant because we already mitigated, we already tapped into it. But what do I notice, right? I notice that we have a 3 minute bearish gap right here. We have the consequent encroachment that's getting respected. We have an obvious draw lower, being this, all these equal lows, hourly for value gap, 15 minute for value gap, 4 hour for value gap. This is a very nice draw on liquidity to the downside on ES. So my idea going into this trade was, I am strictly I'm 100% bearish until we take out this low. So I look for bearish entries. Pretty simple. We have a 3 minute gap. We have a 1 minute inversion out of that gap right here. And what do? I simply enter. Stop loss right around here. And I take my TP right around here for a 1-to-1.11111 or whatever. And let's go into my chart executions to show you guys. Right there. This time with 6 micros. Way more confident in this trade because why? Because we have a strong drawn liquidity we can use as a target. Like, I know it's just logical, like, price wants to go lower and there's a reason for price to go lower. you don't want to take trades just based off your entry model, you know? Just because you see a liquidity sweep inversion does not mean price wants to go in that direction. You need to give yourself like read the story of the market. Ask yourself would price actually want to go higher here? And that's what I was so confused with today, is because I didn't know why price wanted to go lower. I did not see this gap right here, and I did not have that as a drawn liquidity pre-market. So that's why, like, pre-market, I honestly wanted to see us go higher, because we have reasons to go higher. We have all of these equal highs right here. We have a daily imbalance that needs to get balanced into. Like, those are real reasons that price can go higher for. Why the hell would price dump all the way down here? You know, obviously now we can just, you know what I mean, assume that we want to take out this 4-hour low right here. But really ask yourself, why did we want to go lower? And then once I saw us kind of make this 4-hour close and then this 4-hour start forming, I'm like, oh, we want to rebalance into this 4-hour fair value gap on ES. That's why we're going lower. We're going lower to rebalance a bullish fair value gap. That's why we're going lower. Now that I have a reason in my mind for why price wants to go lower, it's easy to then find an entry, you know, confirmation. An entry for me is either just a sweep of liquidity into a fair value gap and an inversion in the opposite direction, or it's a continuation model like we got today. We have a sweep, we have a tap into a fair value gap, and we get a nice inversion out of it, targeting nearby sell side external liquidity. So it's either our trades are either external liquidity to internal, right? Which is what the daily bias was for today. We took out buy side, and on ES we wanted to rebalance to internal liquidity. But on NQ, the actual entry model we used was internal liquidity to external. We took a trade from a 3-minute fair value gap, and we're targeting external liquidity. So you can use that ideology on all time frames, you know? Like, your bias pretty much comes down to, are we going for external liquidity or are we going for internal liquidity? Are we rebalancing a range, internal, or are we going to take out a swing high, external? And then your entry confirmation is the same thing. Are we taking out an external point in liquidity as like a swing high, and we're taking an inversion, targeting an imbalance, it's going external to internal, or are we going from an imbalance, like this 3-minute gap, and targeting external, these lows right here, right? So that's pretty much what my mindset was going into today, and I'm really happy with my ability to just think on the fly and be like, okay, I know there's opportunity most days in the market, right? And it's honestly ignorant and lazy for me to just ignore what's being put in front of me and just wait for a 5-minute gap to form and try to take a trade off that. That's too easy. The market is a very, very, very complex machine, and you're not going to consistently make good money if you try to just mechanically trade a simple strategy. You have to really try to figure out where price is going, why is it going there, and how are you going to get involved in that move. It takes a lot of actual brain power. You can't just be like a robot, wait for an EMA tab. Oh, we tapped the EMA, 100% we're going higher. It takes a little bit of thinking. That's why being a trader is so stressful and such a high performing skill, and that's why you don't need to do it all day, because by the end of the day your decision making is not going to be as on point as it is in the morning. That's why I like to trade in the morning, and PM session kind of stay away, because by that point you've already been awake, you've already made so many decisions in your day, your brain is going to be fatigued, and your quality of decisions is going to go down, right? Another thing that I was thinking about before market opened was I was just asking God to show me where the market wants to go and erase any sort of bias or intention of me just wanting to make money. Because when you go into the market with the intention of okay, how am I going to make money, you're not really going to see what the market wants to do. You're just going to try to force your entry model in whatever direction you feel like it's going to be the easiest to catch. But you actually have to like tell yourself, like, obviously you could have forced longs here. You could have taken this 3 minute inverse right here and got absolutely melted. You could have taken this 1 minute, got melted. There's so many ways you could have gotten melted trying to long in here, right? But you have to understand, like, we are bearish, right? Like, look at what the market's doing. We're going lower for some reason. Figure out the reason. Look for the draw. The draw happened to be this 4-hour gap on ES and this swing low on NQ. I think we're going to hit these lows right here, tap into this imbalance, possibly this new week opening gap, and then see a reaction. And that's okay, you know. Like, you're using the clues, you're using the stories and the pictures the market is showing you, and it's up to you to develop like the narrative and the story behind it. But I'm really overall happy with how today went. The account is in a good spot. I'm just going to keep on trading throughout November. Hopefully take out a hefty payout by the time November ends. But this has been a good little recap, and hopefully you guys enjoyed and maybe learned something. But honestly, if I'm you guys and you're not profitable like me, don't be going around looking at trade recaps. Don't be going around looking at YouTube videos of other people taking trades, winning trades, or other people backtesting. That is only going to confuse you more, and it is going to mess with your journey. Like, you have to develop the ability to read the chart in your own way that makes sense to you. And you watching all these different YouTubers, and all their different narratives and all their different methods of looking at price, you're going to have like a million different things going on in your head when you're looking at a chart. You have to just learn the basic concepts and the basic the basic elements of, like, say SMC. If you want to learn smart money concepts, learn what a liquidity is, learn what a high or low, basic market structure for value gap, stuff like that. And then you have to go into the market and just look at the market and see like how it comes together. You can't be looking at a million different other things from this guy, because it's just a bunch of nonsense. How are you going to be able to confidently take a trade when you don't even have like your system? You don't even know how to read the market on your own. So that's just more yap for you boys, but that'll be it. See you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we get another win tomorrow. Deuces, boys.